Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Ysbryd Games channel. My name is Jacob Burgess. I am your host and community manager for Ysbryd Games. It is a pleasure to see you all. I haven't seen many of you since Tuesday. It's been a heck of a week. I hope all of you are doing very well this evening. Tonight we are going to be playing Dream Daddy. Chris Kringle is your stream daddy, and that's what we're up to, Daddy-O, this evening. Anyway, I hope you all are doing very, very well. I see some new faces in chat. Hello, everybody. As always, at the top of the show, a huge shout out to our mods. This evening we have Sarah Sorende and Robert Merlot. Up at the top, we have two returning subscribers. Hoktari, who says, "Notice me, senpai." Noticed. It is very hard to ignore you. And Robert Merlot, 4 months already. I suppose that makes sense. We absolutely have been doing this for 4 months. And Moosefield Cat has subscribed for 4 months. 4 whole months. Baking brownies and dating dad sounds like a good evening. That is absolutely fantastic. Hoktari says that could be taken many different ways. I only mean it in the best. I only ever mean it in the very best way. Let me just adjust the camera a little bit here for the good lighting. There may be a little bit of background noise. Again, it's summer. Studio Ysbryd has a lot of windows, so I've had to open one of them because if I don't, I shall melt into a community manager puddle and slither away, and nobody wants that. We've done a couple of upgrades here, so they're on this stream. If folks would let me know whether or not they might notice if there's less latency between chat and like me actually talking, because I do like to interact with the chat quite a bit. It's kind of like the whole point of having this is to sit and chill out and play some really cool games with some really cool people, and that's you, the Ysbryd Games community. If you're here, I dub you a member of the Ysbryd Games community. If you are here, something else you might be interested in is our Discord, which we have, which is lovely. If you like the games that Ysbryd publishes, which are laid out behind me, we have a cool merch store as well. Just to introduce you to the games that we have published really quickly. This is Y2K, a postmodern RPG. Valhalla right here, which is a visual novel, cyberpunk bartender adventure. Booze 'em Up is kind of how it's been marketed. This is Masquerade: A Song in Shadows, another cool top-down RPG. And She Remembered Caterpillars, which is a sweet, sweet funky punk kind of puzzle game written by Cassandra Kaw, who I've had the pleasure in my life outside of Ysbryd to yeah. So we've had a lot of really cool announcements last time. I'm just going to go last time being Tuesday, just for the benefit of those that might only be tuning in for the Dream Daddy streams, or might just be watching this on YouTube and tearing through our Dream Daddy playthroughs and all of the wonderful, amazing dates that we've had. We will be at PAX West. That's some of the biggest news that we have. We are going to be showing 2 games. The sequel to Valhalla right here, which is called Nirvana, which is a whole new cast of characters. We've played the demo that we had at PAX East. We've played that on the stream. So if you go back to... Excuse me. If you go back on our YouTube channel, you can check out, I think it's the very, very first one where we play the demos for the 2 games that are going to be coming out next year. So at PAX West, we will be showing a demo for... Oh, let me clear that notification. We'll be showing a demo for Nirvana, which is going to have new content that hasn't been seen before. And also World of Horror, which, if you haven't checked out, is a choice game. It's made completely in MS Paint. It is just, it's going to be so good. It's got a lot of really great systems and complications to it, and mystery and horror. It's essentially set in Japan in the 1980s in a fishing village, and then like the Cthulhu mythos attacks and like the old gods come, and it's inspired by Junji Ito, and it's creepy as all heck. So we're going to have those 2 things. We'll have a new pin at PAX West. We're going to try to organize another community photo. So if you're going to be at PAX West, that would be awesome. If you hop into our Discord in our conventions channel, we'll have all that there. And we understand that FOMO is a very, very real thing. The fear of missing out, not being there. I experienced it for Gen Con there. I had a lot of personal friends that were there and some work associates outside of Ysbryd that were there. And it was heartbreaking. I wish I could be there. I wish I could play the demos. And we here at Ysbryd do our best to understand that. So we are going to be grabbing the demos. I shall wrest them from the computers, wrestle the hard drive to the ground, and bring them here, and we're going to play them. And that's going to be here on the channel. Let me just check the calendar here. On September 5th, which will be our first stream back. We have 2 more streams to go after this one. One on the 20th, which will be Valhalla, and then one on the 22nd, which will more than likely be our last Dream Daddy stream. By the time we come back from PAX and play through the demos, I'd like to have another game lined up. We have dated a whole bunch of dads, but I don't know. I think we can go through one more route after Hugo, because I think we're on the 3rd date with Hugo. I believe in us, as Sarah Sorende says. We have another subscriber at Tier 1, Kikazi, who says, "Oh hi, Jacob and Ysbrydians. Oh hi, Kikazi." Also, we will be having a couple of folks that hang out in our chat and have moderated for us will be at PAX. So in chat, you'll notice Robert Merlot, who has volunteered for us before. Kikazi is going to be volunteering for us, so he'll be working the booth. And also Sarah Sorende, it's going to be her very first PAX ever. We are shipping her all the way to Seattle, and she's going to be there modding for us on Discord. Modding for us on Discord, modding for us here on Twitch, and, you know, obviously YouTube. Hello, YouTube people. And also in real life, which is absolutely fantastic. And we're very, very happy to have them. So if you want to meet me, if you want to meet anybody, we'll all be hanging around the booth. We'll have, like I said, really cool merch. We'll have a new pin. We're going to have a couple of guests. I can tell you that Pavo, who is the developer, our partner, Pavo, is going to be there. He's from Poland. He's absolutely fantastic. If you want to ask him questions about World of Horror, he'll be hanging around the booth. And then we have some other guests to announce as well. And some, like, pretty cool stuff going on, which I'm very excited about. We're not ready to tell that yet, but one thing I can say that we announced on Tuesday is I can tell you where we're going to be. Normally at PAX West, we are on the 6th floor. This year, we shall be on the 4th floor, and you should be able to see us pretty much as soon as you enter the expo hall. Now, I don't know if it's from the queue line, but after the expo hall opens and they have those, like, main doors, you'll be able to see us right there. It is booth number, and the booth numbers have never, and I've been to every PAX since 2007, just about. The numbers have made almost no sense to me, but people give them out and other folks seem to be able to make sense of them. I usually orient by sky banners, of which we will have, and it'll be big and yellow and you'll be able to see us. We'll be at booth 2401. My hand didn't work there. 01. Yes. So it can give you like a general idea of where we are if booth numbers make sense to you. Once we have things a little bit more set, I'll be able to tell you who some of our neighbors are going to be, and then you can orient that way. Let's see. So, let's see. 2 games. Pin, merch, guess, booth. You're fantastic. We're playing Dream Daddy tonight. I gave you the schedule. I'll go over all of this again at the end of the stream. We tend to go between 2 and 3 hours if you are joining us, just kind of at a natural, what feels like a natural organic stopping point, sometime between 7 and 8. We're not very strict about that. It's just kind of how we feel and how we want to go. If you'll excuse me. Also, in my other life outside of Ysbryd, I am a working voice actor, so I will be doing a whole bunch of voices. Related to that, I forgot my tea, so I'm going to grab that, and I'll be right back. All right, so, who can watch the stream for me? 1 second. Okay, Zoro from One Piece is going to watch the stream for me. I'll be right back. I'm grabbing my tea. Thank you, Zora. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. OBX Annie said, my mom's gallbladder surgery went well, so now I'm less anxious and ready for data stream. Excellent. We here at Ysbryd Games are very happy, very, very happy to provide the data stream. Ah, that's very nice. Pink Honey CMB says, VAT question, is matcha good for you? Is matcha good for your... I'm going to imagine that... Is matcha good for your folks? For you folks? As it is spelled, it says VAT question, is matcha good for your folds? Oh, your vocal folds. Yes, that makes sense. And I was like, I mean, it's got antioxidants, so it's kind of slimming if you're talking about... That's not what you were talking about. You were talking about vocal folds. Typically anything warm is good for it. I don't like, because it is slightly caffeinated, I don't usually like drinking green tea without honey during a session. And I kind of treat streams like a session. Ginger tea is very nice for recovery. Again, I find it very drying during a session. I try to drink things that are more herbal and non-caffeinated because I find, for me, that it tends to dry me out. Right now, I've got a honeybush kind of rooibos sort of tea, which I find works very well. I put a little honey in it. It works wonders for me at the very least. Excellent. I am increasing my knowledge and doing some classes and doing some courses as far as like using Twitch and Discord a little bit better, because we want to make this better for you. If you, during the stream, if you like us and you want to give us, subscriptions and bits and things like that, all of that money, Ysbryd Games, we kind of just pool up and then it goes back into the stream to upgrade everything and try to make everything better for you. That's the entire point of doing this. Is at Ysbryd Games, as a publisher, we try to treat ourselves like a curator, and we treat this stream no differently. We try to curate good experiences and good games, what we want to put out there. We want to play games, we want to publish games, we want to interact with games. We love indie games. We want games that say something, that have a good message, games that will stick with you, games that have soul. Ysbryd means spirit in Welsh. And it's really, really freaking cool. So that's kind of what we want to do. So thank you so much for being a part of it. Thank you so much for being here. Let's date some dads. All right, let's get to Hugo. Shall we? I think we shall. Yes. 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 As always, feedback is welcome. If there's anything that you'd like to see, you have any suggestions or anything like that, hop into our Discord. We have a really active TTRPG channel. A whole bunch of people talking about a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, also, if you do like Valhalla, there's a really, really neat collaboration going on with the Mobile Game Girls Frontline that's going on until the end of the month. Our mod, Robert Merlot, plays a lot of it. Hoktari, who's in the chat right now, plays a lot of it, and their chatter got me so interested in it that I downloaded it, and I'm playing it a little bit before bedtime. I won't be able to get everybody in the game, but the story is absolutely fantastic. No content warnings for this. No spoilers, please, because I'm playing this game utterly fresh. Fresh like a daisy. Yes. Yeah, let's get to it. Seb Morden says, oh, hey, Jacob, let that vampire nerd flag fly. Which clan do you think each of the dad is, or should we wait until we finish all routes before answering such a weighty question? I don't know if we're going to be able to finish all routes, but that seems an excellent question for the Discord. Or at the end of next week's stream, we can kind of do a question and answer, just kind of like hang out and chat for a little bit, and then we can ask questions like that. Yes, yes, yes. Let's click to continue. Oh, excuse me. Yes, I believe we are at the dad book. Yes? Yes, we are at the dad book.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Oh, we got dads. Ah, yes, that's right. We were going to start with the extra scenes. Let's do that. Yes, Matt was the one that I said I was going to work on a voice for. There we are. Yes. Yes. Hey, Chris, what are your feelings about poker? Hey, Chris, what are your feelings about poker? Beyond hardly knowing her. Mm-hmm. Poker? I hardly know her? Ellipses. There it is. Well, good talk. Wait, I actually like poker. I just saw the joke and I had to take the shot. Please. Matt, I'm a dad. I'm contractually obligated. No, I get that. I get that. Anyway, we've been playing weekly poker games and I figured I should send an invite your way. Well, that sounds great. I love losing money. Cool, dude. See you soon. Lose that money. Try to exercise regularly. Matt invited me to a poker night at Joseph's house. I put on my going out coat and walk over. Ooh, he's got a going out coat. Across the way, I spot Matt, who's walking over from his own house. He's got a case of beer under his arm. Crap, I should have brought something. Hey, man. Crap, I should have brought something. The writing in this game is fantastic. Yes, that's one thing that I forgot. I tend to use the expression, so good, a lot. It is one of my favorite expressions, but I believe I've been overusing it, and I need to challenge myself to not use it quite so much. So during this stream, I am going to try and not say that, because especially during the Dream Daddy streams, lordy have I just been throwing that around. So you are more than welcome to keep account. Please be kind about it. Please don't be a jerk. As we're going along. So I'm going to challenge myself and try not to use that particular phrase. It doesn't count if that's the dialogue and I have to read the dialogue. That doesn't count. Haha. No worries, man. It's your first time. Just bring a full wallet. How long have you guys been at this for? Years, buddy. Just a nice way to keep in touch with the guys. It's never really high stakes. Oh. Ah. Seb Morden, thank you very much. Seb Morden said, speaking of exercise, Jacob, that shirt is really showing off your astonishingly but well-earned gains. Fitspiration. Thank you. John Locke Cole says, what levels of snark still qualify as kind? Gentle? A gentle snark? A dusting, of a sousant of snark. A snark-sant. We pass through the fence enclosing Joseph's backyard. Craig, Brian, and Joseph hover around the patio, drinking beer and chatting. Robert sits in the corner, brooding as usual. Chris, glad you could make it. So am I. I'm psyched to take all your money. Just like old times. Craig's the resident shark. We prefer the term person who's good at poker. I'm well aware. Craig's always been suspiciously good at poker. Are you still as terrible as you were in college? I'm gonna go with poker face. Hey, I wasn't terrible. I'm not bad at poker. I am definitely good at poker. Everyone stares at me. Okay, maybe that was a little defensive. Okay, I'm bad at poker. There's no way you're as bad as Joseph. Joseph shrugs. Oh, this is basically my tithing. I'm giving back to the community. Yeah. And plus, I'm happy to just sit here and eat all of Brian's snacks. Well, guess who brought pigs in a blanket? Not Craig. Hey, my chia seed and granola energy balls are just as delicious. Don't make the joke, don't make the joke, don't make the joke. Good job. Everybody laughs. Let's just get the game going. A seat at the table, and Matt starts dealing cards. The first couple of rounds go by easily as I'm getting the hang of things, but it's obvious that Craig is running the show here. How did you get so good at this? Craig. Lord Foreskin says, so if you slip with a so good, do we tell Dale? Okay. So, for those of you watching on YouTube, that is a reference to some of the stuff that I do outside of Ysbryd. Something called Loading Ready Run, which is a really cool group of improv performers. I'm performing and playing one of their tabletop games. But it's something important to note is that is what I do outside of Ysbryd. If you want to talk about some of the stuff that I do outside of Ysbryd, I highly recommend you hop on my personal Twitter or one of the other platforms that you can reach me on. This is I am the host of Ysbryd Games, and the stuff that I do outside of Ysbryd Games is outside of Ysbryd Games. While I'm happy to talk about it, this isn't always the best place for me to do it because this isn't my channel. I am simply the humble host and the community manager of Ysbryd Games. And please don't tell Dick. Please. It's pretty easy. You just start getting a feel for everybody's tell. Like, Matt will scratch his ear. Hey. Brian adjusts his pants when he's trying to lie. Now wait a second. And I think you just loudly announce to the whole room when you have a good hand. Yep, that's me. What's Joseph's tell? Everything. Literally everything. That man is an open book. He couldn't lie if he tried. Well, at least I have God on my side. See, can't even say that with a straight face. What about Robert? Ellipses. Honestly, that man is an enigma. Robert raises his glass of whiskey to us in a solemn salute.
Nice.
I think he'd wipe the floor with us if he actually tried. I'm just here because I enjoy the company. Robert pulls out his phone and stares at it. Robert, is that a flip phone? I'm sorry. I'm trying to get Matt's voice down now. Matt, is that a flip phone? Matt, is that a flip phone? Yeah. Wow. What are you, a drug dealer now? Yeah. What do you need, horse? Speed? Tijuana Johnnies? I can get you the street stuff easy, but if you're looking for something exotic and designer, that's maybe 72 hours and a favor called. Maybe I won't need you today. Maybe I won't need you tomorrow. But someday. I don't really... I think I'm good. Right. But still, if you got the coin, I got the goods. He's just the living embodiment of fucking with people. I dropped my phone in the toilet, and this is a backup until I can get it replaced under warranty. Everyone murmurs their sympathies. We've all been there. I very fortunately have never, knock on particle board, dropped my phone in the toilet. Have you ever dropped your phone in the toilet? Is that like... That seems to be a common enough thing. We go back to playing. I really got to stop eating those pigs in a blanket. Pigs in blankets? I don't know. Pigs in a blankets? Pigs in blankets. I don't know. But they're very good. I think there might be cheese in them. Oh, I don't know if I've got enough to raise you on this round. Or you can always bet your firstborn.
Hey.
If you think you can handle another one, be my guest. Briar and Hazel are a handful, to say the least. Buddy, you think 3 kids is a handful? Try 4. I'm operating at 100% dad capacity at all times. Actually, it's technically 5. Christine saw a commercial for one of those dolls that poop and wouldn't stop asking for it. We ended up getting it for her birthday, but she's so grossed out by the fake baby poop that she makes me change its diapers. So now I'm changing the real baby and the fake baby.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of poop in my household right now. Daisy got one of those a while back. One night, I walk in on her after she tried to take the doll apart to see how the poop mechanism worked, and then she couldn't put it back together and started crying. Poop everywhere. Fake poop, but still. That reminds me... Wait, do we all have poop doll stories? Pink Honey CMB, in response to the question, have you ever dropped your phone in the toilet, says toilet, no. Sulfuric hot spring, yes. That is A+ extra points for what have I dropped my phone into. Everyone nods in agreement. Guys, I really don't need any more poop in my life than there is already. Can we just get back to poker and not talk about poop? Matt deals another hand, and we quickly forget about the poop. We run out of pigs and blankets, so we switch over to Craig's healthy snack food. It actually isn't terrible. Don't make the joke, don't make the joke, don't make the joke. Good job. These kale chips are phenomenal. We should sell these at the coffee shop.
Oh.
It's my own recipe. I'd be happy to give it to you guys. I can see it now. Pierce the kale chips. Like pierce the veil. Very good. That's nice. Ah, those veils. Getting pierced. And then ghosts come through and get you. Ellipses. Pierce the Veil is a popular post-hardcore screamo band out of San Diego. We all look at Matt confused. It's maybe not in any of your wheelhouses. How's the shop nowadays? Busy as ever. I'm toying with the idea of hiring on another person to work the counter, but I haven't found a good candidate. If Amanda's looking for a summer gig, let me know. That's really nice of you, but I think she's been burned too badly by coffee shops before. Literally, not figuratively. Matt cocks his head to the side. I'll ask her, though. We get down to the final hand of the night, and it's Craig in the lead by a landslide. Joseph has long since lost all of his chips and is taken to tidying up, refusing any help from the rest of us. Brian deals us all cards. So, what's it gonna take for Robert to give a damn on this round? Robert looks up from his half-empty glass of whiskey. Want to unleash the beast? Well, now I'm curious. I got a long history of being a gambling man, but I'll only do it if you make it interesting. None of this chip nonsense. I got a Lily's 18-year single blend sitting in my closet right now. Was saving it for when River turns 21, but I'm willing to put it up as collateral. Now you're talking my language. He throws the keys to his truck on the table. Whoa! Damn! She's seen better days, but she can still pull a tree trunk out of the ground. Nope. Myself and everyone else at the table immediately folds. Deal the cards, bra guy. Are you guys sure you wanna... You heard the man. Deal. Brian deals the next round of cards. Craig stares daggers at Robert, who casually sips his whiskey. So I know what you might be thinking. Robert put his old workhorse up for grabs. His only mode of transportation. At times in his life, his only home. Now, could he be so sure of his abilities in gambling? I'll tell you right now, Craig. I wasn't always like this. I was a lot like you. Smart, talented, cocksure of my own luck. Great biceps, but it didn't last long, though. I lost everything in a game of Pai Gow in the back room of his Shenzhen tea house on what I thought was the 3-day business trip. Everything gone. Clothes, money, identification, you name it. I woke up in a ditch near Zashui Park and had to make my new life from there. It took me 3 years to beg, borrow, and steal my way back to American soil. And in those 3 years, I saw the greatest depths of human fear, loved deeper than I ever had, and lost it all many more times over. I've seen my own death, Craig. I know how I die. It's not like this. So let's make this more interesting.
Dude.
Robert produces the deed to his house from his jacket and tosses it on the table. Whoa! All I have and all I am. Are you prepared to go the distance? He just has it on him. He carried it and brought it with him just in case he had the opportunity to fuck with somebody. I admire this man so much. So much. Just in case. I don't know. Craig wipes the sweat from his brow. He studies Robert's face intently, searching for any sort of tell that he can find. Robert casually sips his whiskey again. I fold. Everyone erupts. Fine, fine, the whiskey is yours. And that's why you don't dance with the devil. Man, that level of commitment just so good. Oh, damn it. Okay, that's one. Oh. I like this game very much. So, what was it? Were you bluffing or did you have the cards? There's no way in hell he's telling you. That's for me to take to my grave, fellas. Called it. Love this man. Next week, boys? Next week.
Hey.
You got it.
Dude.
I'll be there. Yeah, why not? This is great. This has been very relaxing, and I sincerely doubt I will wake up in a cold sweat thinking about it tonight. Keep working on that poker face, Chris. We all say our goodbyes and head our separate ways. I like that a bunch.
Welcome. You've got Dad.
Okay, so when we get to picking next dad, I'm kind of hoping it's not Robert, because Robert is a tough voice to do. I should not have picked it. But I'm committed now. Alright. Hugo and Damien. Hugo. Yes, Hugo. Hugo, yes. Hey, are you up to anything tonight? Hey, are you up to anything tonight? Yeah, that was Hugo. Hey, are you up to anything tonight? Yeah. Hugo and I were planning to go to the art walk downtown, and we're wondering if you would care to accompany us. Sarah Serende says, so this will also have multiple voices. If you want a break, you could skip this one for now and do Hugo's third date. I would rather do the multiple voices thing whilst I am fresh. Because as it goes on, I'm gonna get tired. Yeah. I would normally write a letter longhand, but I've run out of distressed parchment paper, which you can make with regular paper and coffee to stain it. It will make it look distressed. Or you can just yell at it a lot, but you don't want emotionally distressed paper. I'd recommend against that. Whoa. Why can't I see Damien and Hugo's chat? Am I a hacker? But I don't even have a hacker alias. The feds are going to bust down my door any minute now. I've got to destroy this computer. Chris, this is a group chat. Oh, thank God. Do either of you guys know how to destroy a computer? You can run Derek's boot and nuke from a startup flash drive, but once you've done it, it's best to physically destroy the platters altogether. Ellipses. The Victorians were well versed in information security? Chris, do you want to see some art or not? Art is good. Let's go see art. See that art. I hope Art just isn't the janitor down at the local school. The art walk. Look at art walk. Ah, that fine janitor strut. Hear his keys jangle from miles away. His broom technique. Second to none. Is he dating the lunch lady? We may never know. Damien and Hugo invited me to the monthly art walk in downtown Maple Bay. Whew, man. Honey's really good in this tea tonight. Damien and Hugo invited me to the monthly art walk in downtown Maple Bay. I've never really been to one of these before, so I'm not quite sure what I'm in for. I think I'm here a bit early. Ooh, nice background. That's some good art. That's some good art. Art about art? Art for art. Art in art. I'm going to go with art. That's good art. Good art. Also, if you see anything that's actually noteworthy to clip or anything like that, that would be absolutely fantastic. That's something that we really appreciate. Because then we can take those and throw them up on social medias. I don't see Damien or Hugo around anywhere, and I feel just a little uncomfortable standing among all of these fancy art people. Chris? I turn around. It's Joseph. Joseph, what are you doing here?
Oh.
Joseph scoffs at me. What am I doing here? How could you ask me that? I'm obviously a huge art... appreciator? Appreciatist. Ellipses. Okay, fine. Damien invited me to this art walk thing. I'm guessing he invited you too? Yep. Admittedly, a little out of my depth here.
Oh.
Oh, thank God. I thought I was going to be the odd one out. Are you allowed to say that? Say what? You know. Thank God. Yep, I actually get double points when I say it since I'm a minister. That's right, he's a minister. Goodness me. The points get you into heaven. That's how it works. Anyway, where are the guys? I look around and spot Hugo and Damien, who seem to have arrived just arrived at the gallery. Good eve. Evening, friends.
Oh.
Who's ready for some art? Art is dead and nothing is real. You know I am. You know how I love looking at paintings that are in frames, and also paintings that aren't in frames. Art is good and stuff.
Yeah.
Well put, Chris.
Hmm.
All you have to know is that if you're feeling overwhelmed, there's generally always a table that has free wine and cheese. I like art now. I've got the table in my sights. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go help myself to some tiny wines. I want to go talk art with Hugo and Damien. That seems fun and awkward. So, what's this first place? This particular artist specializes in landscaping painting of various locales within the American Northeast. I look at the art. It is rad art. At the risk of sounding uninformed, do all of these landscapes look like butts to you? To you guys? Damien and Hugo lean in, examining the paintings in earnest. It would appear as if you are correct. All landscapes are butts. If we'd learned anything from Romancing Craig, our first love. A valid assessment, Chris. Hey, this art stuff's pretty easy. Oh, it gets more complicated. Sometimes the butts are more symbolic. Sometimes the butts are metaphors. Sometimes art is about the butts they don't draw. Interesting. Joseph returns to our group with tiny cheese and wine. What I miss? Butts. A butt. Shame. The cheese is nice, though. Shall we visit the next place? We leave the first gallery and walk before we reach another one. The gallery's a bit more crowded. Huge paintings of I'm not even sure hang on the walls. That is certainly art. Oh, geez. What am I looking at here? This is abstract art. I think the more important question is, what does this art mean to you? I stare at the painting, concentrating as hard as I can on its meaning. It's a butt. It's a butt.
Oh.
Everyone else stares at the painting. Yeah, that's definitely a butt.
Oh.
While a valid assessment, I feel like the artist was trying to make a different statement. Probably how much he liked butts. You are a servant of the Lord. We're all God's creatures. Even butts. Ah, Joseph. Joseph's growing on me.
Oh.
Comparing this piece to the artist's body of work, I'm pretty sure this represents the sense of isolation he feels creating traditional abstract artwork in a field that's rapidly moving towards digitization. Wow. How do you figure that?
Oh.
Well, that's what it says on the placard. Oh. Let's look at a few more of these. We walk around the gallery, sampling some more of the artist's work. I almost hate to say it, but abstract art is kind of growing on me. It's interesting that the artist chooses not to let their work be defined by... what's the word? Realism? Realism. As we're looking at one of the paintings, a patron scoffs loudly. Psh! I could do that.
Oh.
Excuse me?
Oh my.
Hugo, not here.
Oh.
No, come back here. The patron walks away, not noticing Hugo fuming right next to him.
Oh.
You say you could do that, but you didn't. You don't seem to have the intellectual depth or the artistic skill to execute a piece even a fraction as impressive as this one. Art is the truest expression of the self, and it seems like your self is bad, so your art would be bad. Hugo's insult game isn't the best, but there's no denying his passion. Damien is holding him back at this point. A friend, he's not worth it. Hugo manages to cool down. He smooths his jacket.
I don't know.
I'm sorry, I just love art very much. We know, buddy. I pat Hugo on the shoulder. You know what would ease the mood? Man, these dads love them some frickin' cheese. Is it cheese? No.
Oh.
It's wine and cheese. Co-signed. I'm gonna have to start using that. I think I'm gonna steal that for when I agree with somebody, or somebody suggests something. Co-signed. That's quality. That's quality. That's very quality. The four of us head over to the wine and cheese table, which thankfully is grounded in realism and is actual wine and cheese. Not that abstract cheese. We got one last stop on the tour. You not feeling up for it? Is it going to be any weirder than this art? It is absolutely weirder than this art. Let's do it. Damien, Hugo, Joseph, and I walk over to in the street. Several masked performers in leotard undulate wildly on the ground, screaming both at each other and us. Ah, I love art walks. Art walks are the best. I adore weird crap.
Kirk Douglas.
So, quick question. Shoot. What is happening? I second the question. Performance art. What does it mean? Again, I pose the very same question to you, Mr. Kringel. But... what do you think they're trying to say? I believe it's less about what they're saying and more about why they're saying it. Hello, Two Flower. For those of you watching on YouTube, Two Flower is a friend of mine who created another visual novel called Arcade Spirits, which, in my life outside of Ysbryd, I had the pleasure of working on as voice director and a voice actor. I think there's something special about performance art. With almost every other form of art, music, painting, photography, the artist uses their medium as a conduit for their emotions. With performance art, the medium is the artist. It's the purest expression of raw human emotion. It's art as catharsis.
Eh.
That's beautiful, Damien. So what you're saying is, if I start making really loud fart noises right now, it's art as long as I, like, really mean it. Damien fixes him with a hard stare. Ellipses? I was going to start making fart noises, but based on the look on your face, that joke isn't going to play well with this crowd.
Hey.
Wise. Well, that was a really good explanation of performance art, Damien. I didn't even think that I would understand it, but you laid it out really succinctly. Why, thank you. I believe that as silly as something may seem on the outside, it's important to try to understand where it's coming from. Yes. I absolutely agree. I have arguments like this with my friends who enjoy just random stuff, and I'm always like, but what does it mean? Yeah. I want to know what it means. I want to know what everything means. I agree wholeheartedly. You're very astute. Is there something between these guys? I look over to Joseph, who eyeballs me back. Yep, there's electricity over there.
Ah.
We watch the rest of the performance as earnestly as we can and clap politely after the dancers scream their way off stage. Phew, I think I'm all arted out. Agreed. We all decide to walk home together. We all live in the same cul-de-sac. We make our way back to the cul-de-sac, tiny wine and tiny cheese sloshing around in my stomach. I think what I've learned tonight, and not just what I've learned about art, which is nice and extremely informative, but what I've learned tonight is that when you put a bunch of tiny cheese together, it eventually becomes regular wine and regular cheese, followed by too much wine and too much cheese.
Oh.
The tiny cheese lulled me into a false sense of security. I felt safe with the tiny cheese. Wax wings too close to the sun.
Oh.
Cheese wings? Those would melt in the sun too, and I feel like it's more appropriate imagery. And plus, it'd be delicious. A nice Emmentaler. A nice Emmentaler, possibly. Hey, if you guys were painters, what would you paint? I actually dabble in oils. I mostly paint landscapes. I'm not very good, but it's a nice way to pass the time.
Oh.
I think I would focus on personal portraits of people in unique professions. Like, for example, luchadors. I think I'd paint boats, seascapes, maybe some lighthouses. Mostly boats. Really?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're choosing boats in favor of a long history of religious imagery and artwork. What? Boats are cool. What about you, Chris? Tasteful nudes of the artist. Food artistry.
Oh.
I would probably do still lifes of various foods, bowls of fruit, maybe some bread in there. Would there be cheese involved? See, I thought about that, and no, I can't stare at a pile of cheese for 8 hours without eating some of it, and that would ruin the whole thing.
Oh.
Excellent point. We finally get to the cul-de-sac. All right, boys, good art. Good art. Agreed.
Ah.
See you guys around. Whether you want to or not, we're all neighbors after all. I head inside to deal with my inevitable cheese over. Nice. I like these little side scenes. They're lovely.
You got that.
All right. All right. Hugo Vega, tell me more about your sweet love of professional wrestling. You know what they say about third dates? They get pretty serious. Just a sec. Let's save that game. Save that game. You know what they say about third dates? They get pretty serious. You might not have time to browse Dad Book for a while. Are you ready? I am. I am. Cue the Degeneration X theme. And if you don't know what that is, I recommend looking it up on YouTube if you are a fan of professional wrestling. I, personally, am a fan of professional wrestling. Oh, I just got the name of the cheese place. Charcuterie pie. Charcuterie pie. Beautiful. Beautiful. Excellent. Ever since the first night at Charcuterie Pies, which is wonderful. Ever since the first night at Charcuterie Pies, Hugo and I have made a point out of weekly visits to trivia night. Havarti, like it's 1999, has come in first place ever since, despite Provolone 2 Lost in New York's continual efforts to dethrone us. I've been able to do a complete overhaul of the interior of my car thanks to all of the Phil's Auto Care gift cards we've received. Air fresheners, car chargers, you name it. Amanda's riding in the lap of luxury. Aside from the trivia nights, I don't actually get to see Hugo a lot. The end of the school year is coming up, and he seems to be having a lot of trouble dealing with the stress of teaching. I should do something nice for him. Maybe help take his mind off of screaming teenagers. Okay, so here's my prediction. I'm hoping that the third date is a live wrestling show. I'm hoping beyond hope that that's what it is. Because we found out that the teacher, the incredibly literate, art-loving teacher, is a gigantic fan of professional wrestling, and that makes me very, very happy. It's made all of us very, very happy. Books? He likes books, but I would have no idea where to start with that. He probably reads more books in a month than I've read in the past year. I know he's really into wrestling, but he's been reluctant to talk about it since he showed me his wrestling room. I know he's kind of shy about it, but maybe... Whatever, let's roll the dice. I think I have a plan. I forgot the voice I did for this guy. Hey, all right, folks. Looks like we finally have the... I remembered. It looks like we finally have the points tallied, and we're ready to announce our winner. You know who else is a winner? Me, because I've finally seen just how beautiful and loving my wife is. A few weeks ago, all of the regulars staged an intervention for Quizmaster Quinn. We sat down in a circle and told him that we wanted to see him be better and love himself. He agreed to start going to couples therapy with his wife, and last time he told us that they adopted a dog together. That's amazing. I love you forever, my Quizmaster Queen. I can't tell which version of Quizmaster Quinn I prefer. There were things to like and dislike about both, huh? And the winner is, for the 4th week in a row, Havarti like it's 1999.
Oh.
Hugo and I cheers our small slices of camembert and go up to accept our gift card, along with an uncomfortably long hug from Quizmaster Quinn. May Havarti like it's 1999's reign be long and wonderful as my marriage to my beautiful wife. We make our celebratory round of high fives for the rest of the teams and sit down to finish our cheese board, savoring every last bit of burrito with pesto and slices of tomato. Hey, I got a surprise for you. For me? Yes, and for once it isn't more cheese. Well, if you think you can somehow top that, be my guest. I pull out a book that I've been carefully hiding in one of my pockets and slide it over to Hugo. Oh. Hugo picks up the book and reads the title aloud. Harry Butt's Crapper Keeper? I wanted to get you a book, but I figured you probably already own every classical piece of literature, so I thought this would be fun. For when you're pooping.
Oh.
Hugo laughs. You should flip through it. Hugo looks up at me and raises an eyebrow. After flipping through a couple of pages, he finally comes across the small gift I strategically hid inside.
Oh.
You're kidding me! Hugo looks around, worried that he made a scene. He leans in.
Hey.
You're kidding me. Hugo pulls out the wrestling tickets I hid inside of the Crapper Keeper. This is to the World Federation of Wrestling's Power Slam series. You've been working so hard lately, I thought you'd like them. like them.
Ah.
I love this, thank you. But wait, there's two? Yeah, I figured we could go together. Oh, there are few things better and more savory in life than taking someone who has never seen a wrestling show to a wrestling show. Or just watching a group of people that have never been to a live performance for pro wrestling, experiencing it for the first time. It is delightful. And if you have never been to a wrestling show, I ask that at least you consider going once in your life. There are local federations all around. It doesn't have to be the WWE or any big federation or anything like that. Even just a local indie show. It is truly art. Stupid, violent art.
Whoa.
You go with me? Heck yeah, I need to see. I need you to explain the finer points of wrestling to me, though. Hugo gets up, walks around the table, and effortlessly picks me up in a big bear hug. I bet you he is jiggity jacked under that jacket. Has he been this strong the whole time? Aw, he's such a cutie with his weird Tom Selleck stash. Thank you. I let out a little squeak to sort of say, you're welcome. I have to summon the spirit of the dung beetle totem because I can barely keep my shit together right now. This is wonderful. Pablo Escobar, genuine wrestle boy. Pablo Escobar, genuine wrestle boy. That's wonderful. It is superb, shall we say. It's the night of the Power Slam. Hugo shows up at my doorstep in a loud, oversized wrestling tee. He's a little blushy and extremely cute. We drive about an hour to another city for the big event. Hugo spends the entire ride teaching me the basics of wrestling and the terminology I need to know. Stadium. So, it's fake, right? Well, yes and no. While wrestling and the act of hurting another wrestler is fake, the work requires remarkable athleticism and oftentimes results in actual injury. Those people are getting hurt, sure, but not in the way we're led to believe. Historically, wrestling as we know it today was created by carnival workers to fix gambling, and the people who actually believed it to be real and would bet on those matches were called marks, which is the terminology still used today. That we know that it's technically fake, but still choose to suspend our disbelief makes us smart marks. I would mostly agree with that term. Knowing kind of some of the inside business and how matches are booked and things like that is how I understand the term smart to be. I don't know. There might be other circles that think differently, though. So I should be watching this for the acrobatics. And the tension, and the drama, and even the storylines. I think that anything or anyone can tell a good story. You just have to look for the story. Even something like what we're about to experience will tell a phenomenal, sometimes understated story, despite a ridiculous premise. Yes. Wow.
Ah.
What? I just really pegged you for a huge wrestling fan. Nobody does. I get it. I'm the button-down teacher type. I like poetry and art history. I write dissertations on heavy tomes by Russian authors for fun. But I like wrestling. It's a big part of who I am because it's considered kind of But because it's considered kind of lowbrow, I feel like I can't share it with anybody because they'll just make fun of me. Till now? Hugo smiles to himself.
Oh.
Till now.
Hey.
Ooh. Oh, that's exciting. Hugo and I enter the stadium and are directed to the upper level. After grabbing some snacks, we make our way up the set of stairs. Pazzy160 says, I feel that so much, I don't want to tell most people I honestly love wrestling. Yeah, I totally get there's still a stigma, but that comes down to a personal choice. But I absolutely get that. The further up we go, the more my heart sinks. I thought we had gotten good seats, but by this point the ring looks like a postage stamp. We finally settle into our spots and wait for the match to start. It's alright, they got a Titantron. I'm sorry, I thought I got us tickets on the lower level. I look over to Hugo, who apparently didn't even hear me. He's vibrating with excitement.
Oh.
This is so cool. I guess he didn't. I have to admit, I've been too embarrassed to come to one of these since I was a kid. What's there to be embarrassed about? Everyone here loves wrestling. Plus, who are we even going to see that we know? We're like an hour out of Maple Bay.
Ah.
I guess you're right. So, what do we have to look forward to tonight?
Ah.
Oh man, the lineup is stacked. All of the matches are going to be great, but the one I'm really looking forward to is the Eastern Dragons match. The Eastern Dragon? Yeah, he used to wrestle as Pablo Escobar, but I guess he eventually had to change it. Wrestler names are weird. He's actually an Iranian guy from Utah. Oh, so that's what your shirt's from? Yep. I've been following the guy since his debut in an I've been following the guy since his debut in an indie wrestling league, and it's been amazing to see him rise through the ranks and into the professionals. Who's he up against? The corporate shill. Technique-wise, I don't think he's that good of a wrestler, and I don't even think the fans like him. Certainly an interesting character, though.
Oh.
The stadium lights dim and the crowd starts screaming. Butt rock blasts through the sound system and some pyrotechnics set off around the ring. Ladies and gentlemen of the sold-out crowd in Mill Creek, Massachusetts, who's ready to power slam? Hugo and I scream. We watch two wrestlers, the Southern Dandy and Johnny Showman. Johnny Snowman. And Johnny Snowman walk out to even more butt rock. The Southern Dandy mixes and drinks a mint julep in the ring before the match. The crowd eats it up. The Southern Dandy's from Maine. Is Johnny Snowman not from the North Pole? He's from Georgia, actually. After a long match... Oh, I like that punch. That was a good sound effect. After a long match, Johnny Snowman, who's dressed up like a muscular elf, does what Hugo calls a German suplex on the Southern Dandy. I'm gonna go with kill him, Johnny. Oh, save. We're gonna save Scrub. We're saving Scrub this. I don't know what's happening, but this is amazing. Nope. Elbow the heck out of him, Johnny! Show that Southern Dandy some North Pole manners! Oh, that's not the right one. Oh. Well, we're gonna go back. Yep. There we go. Did you see what that guy did to the other guy's face? Is he okay? Are they gonna be okay? Wrestling is a sport of communication. All of these guys train together to know not only how to perform moves, but how to respond to them. It allows them to look like they're being hurt, but only be kind of hurt. Folks are telling me to wait a bit, and that is good advice that I was given last week and did not follow. So I'm gonna reload and do the right thing. Elbow the heck out of him, Johnny. Show that southern dandy some North Pole manners. Johnny Snowman does indeed elbow the heck out of him. That's gotta hurt. Oh God, is he okay? Wrestling is a sport of communication. All of these guys train together to know not only how to perform moves, but how to respond to them. It allows them to look like they're being hurt, but only be kind of hurt. I didn't see any hearts or nothing. So, should I go back? Is that what I should do? Please tell me, chat. There's a lot of Hans. I think I should go back. I'm going to go back. Sarah Sorrente says, you can if you want, it won't hurt you to keep going. Moosefilled Cat says, I mean, I didn't say we were right, just that sometimes you need to wait. I mean, but that's fair. That's fair. It's, that is technically correct, which is oftentimes people's favorite kind of correct. The crowd cheers as Johnny Snowman pins the Southern Dandy and is announced as the winner. The next match features a wrestler named Generation Y2K, which is a reference to both Generation D-Generation X and one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, Chris Jericho, who sometimes goes as Y2J, who comes out looking like a hipster barista. He takes selfies with fans on the way up to the ring and pauses after everyone to post it onto Instagram. Amazing. He's really playing up the millennial thing, huh? Robert Merlot said the GOAT, and as I understand that as a wrestling term, GOAT means greatest of all time, which I understand isn't just a wrestling thing, it is ubiquitous across all sports. I don't watch sports, I learned that through wrestling. He's sort of the boogeyman to old-timer wrestling fans. His opponent, the old-timer, walks out. Oh. The crowd seems to be divided in who they're rooting for. The old-timer pulls some pretty sweet moves after he takes out a walking cane from under the stage and beats Generation Y2K over the head with it. Up against the ropes, Generation Y2K blinds the old-timer with the flash on his camera phone and is able to pin him to win the match. He takes a celebratory selfie with his unconscious opponent. Amazing. During a break, Hugo and I leave to get refills from the concession stands. We wind our way through clusters of wrestling fans to get to the line. So, what do you think so far? Excuse me. Save. I'm glad I'm here with you. The wrestling is cool, but I really like seeing you so enthusiastic. It's... Don't say hot. Don't say hot. Cool. You know, I'm kind of surprised. I was sort of expecting the crowd to just be a bunch of aggressive, sweaty older guys, but it's so diverse. I've even seen a bunch of families with their kids. Everyone looks super happy to be here.
Hey.
Oh yeah, that's how I got into wrestling. When I was a kid, my dad used to take me and my brothers to matches all the time. There's one gaggle of kids loitering in a... There's one gaggle of kids loitering in a corner that are exceptionally loud, even over the din of the stadium. Looking closer, I can't help but feel like these kids seem familiar. Oh God, I know these kids. They're Hugo's students. So don't turn around when I tell you this, but some of your students are here. Hugo immediately tenses up. Oh my God, I can't let them see me here. They'll never listen to me ever again. I position myself between the kids and Hugo, hoping that I can act as a human shield. I glance over at the group of children again, and I recognize that Colin kid. He kicks one of his friends in the shin and laughs. Man, that Colin kid is a piece of work. Colin, if he sees me here, he'll never let it go. He's a master manipulator. We have to get back to the relative safety of our seats. What's the plan? Oh, I like the music shift. That's amazing. Oof. Sarah Sorende says there is absolutely a best choice here. I'm gonna go with this is a sneaking mission. We gotta be sneaky if we're gonna get back to that ring unscathed. How quiet are you? I've gotten pretty good at sneaking up on students who are texting under their desks during class, so I can be pretty quiet if need be. I like how his portrait just goes like, boop. That was excellent. Perfect. We just need to find some cover to hide behind as we navigate back to our seats. Where to? Hide under my shirt. Hide behind the merchandise rack? I'm gonna go with the merchandise rack. Hugo, blend in with the other shirts. What? Just follow my lead. I stand as still as I can next to all of the merchandise. Still, as some would say. Still as, some would say, a mannequin. Without turning my head, and while remaining as motionless as possible, I speak to Hugo. I think it's working. Hugo and I sit down and breathe a huge sigh of relief. Phew, that was close. Now we can hide out for the rest of the night and enjoy ourselves in the comfort of anonymity within a large crowd. Sarah Sorende says, "Oh, that's less interesting. I vote for Save Scumming." Sarah, if you want to just tell me which choice you want to go for? Because if there's a more interesting choice, I want to see it. I want to crack the bones and suck out the marrow. Nope. There we go. Hide under a shirt is what I've been told is the most interesting choice. Quick, get inside of my shirt. What? There's no time to explain. Just trust me. Huh? Okay. I lift up my shirt and pull it down over Hugo. His body flush against my chest. I start shuffling us towards the door. A few people stare at us, but nobody can tell it's Hugo. At this point, Hugo is nestled gently against me. It's actually kind of nice. Good choice. Really glad we save scummed. Once we get closer to the ring, he shimmies out of my shirt.
Hey.
Well, it worked. Somehow. Hugo and I sit down and I breathe a huge sigh of relief. Whew, that was close. Now we can hide out for the rest of the night and enjoy ourselves in the comfort and anonymity within a large crowd. The lights dim again.
Oh.
This is the match we've been waiting for. The corporate shill walks out to elevator music. Oh. That's very nice. That's very nice. He's wearing a three-piece suit and sunglasses. Once he gets to the ring, he takes off his sunglasses and rips the sleeves off his suit jacket, flexing his arms for the crowd. One of the people from his entourage produces a graph chart and sets it up in the center of the ring. The corporate shill grabs a microphone. I got a message for the Eastern Dragon. If you refer to the graph in the center of the ring, you'll see a quarterly projection of how much I'm about to kick your ass. The whole crowd erupts. Now, if you'll direct your attention to the Jumbotron, we all look up at a PowerPoint presentation titled, Kicking the Eastern Dragon's Ass, Key Performance Indicators. The corporate shill takes a laser pointer and gives a lengthy presentation on just how and why he'll defeat the Eastern Dragon. He showcases several well-utilized clip art graphics. Oh, well, that was Informative. The lights dim again and pan flute music plays. I think it's a pan flute. I'm actually not sure if I know what a pan flute sounds like. The Eastern Dragon walks out to cheers from the crowd. Aren't, pan flutes a Central American thing? Hugo shrugs.
Oh.
Wrestling. The Eastern Dragon stands outside of the ring and grabs the microphone. Corporate shill, it's nice to see you again. More cheers from the crowd. That was a good presentation. The clip art was a very nice touch. He points to the corporate shill menacingly. I'm looking forward to a nice and exciting match. The crowd doesn't really know what to do here. He's not the best at trash talk, but I promise he's one of the most talented wrestlers you'll ever see. The match starts, and it's just as exciting as Hugo and I had hyped it up to be. The Eastern Dragon performs some ridiculous aerial stunts that make me concerned for his safety. He does what Hugo calls a moonsault from the top rope onto the corporate shill. The air in the stadium is electric, and as these two athletes lock arms and try to demolish one another, I can't help but get into it. The corporate shill pile drives the Eastern Dragon, who looks passed out in the center of the ring. He climbs up to the top rope and motions to the cheering crowd. I am going to ask anybody in chat, like if you're talking about wrestling and things like that, because there is a lot of specialized knowledge and lingo and things like that, if you could kind of like just explain it in parentheticals or things like that for the benefit of folks that may not know what you're talking about, like, you know, because somebody might be interested but they don't want to ask a question. So if you can kind of explain that a little bit, that would be really cool. I'd appreciate that. Like who Drew Gulak and Sami Zayn are, for example, because it is such an insular thing and a lot of specialized knowledge. Oh no, he's about to do his finishing move, the corporate ladder. Oh, that's great. Finishing move is usually the last move of a match. It's special, devastating power. The corporate shill poses at the top of the ropes. The Eastern Dragon still isn't moving. Could this be the end of his young career? Get up, Eastern Dragon!
Oh.
You can do it, Eastern Dragon! The corporate shill launches off the top rope in a huge arc. He brings his elbow down on the Eastern Dragon with the full force of a Fortune 500 company, putting local vendors out of business. The corporate shill pins the Eastern Dragon, and the match ends. Hugo sinks into his chair. Oh, what a cutie. Man, he should have won that. I sit down with Hugo. What a match. It was amazing. I think I'm a fan of wrestling now? Hugo looks over to me and our eyes catch. I'm glad. The event goes on and we have a little downtime before the next match. We decide to just relax in our seats to avoid the middle schoolers. It's unlikely they would ever notice us in the upper level nosebleeds. I look up at the Jumbotron. Oh hey, they're doing the kiss cam thing. Oh no. Oh, this is gonna end badly. It zooms in on a bunch of cute couples who all do a quick smooch to raucous cheers from the crowd. Aw, that's so nice. And then it zooms in on Hugo and I.
Huh?
What? What? What do I do here? I look over to Hugo and see the same mortified expression on his face. The entire crowd is chanting and neither of us know what to do. Oh. Okay. I mean, you don't just mac on somebody without consent. So I'm gonna go with protect Hugo's identity. I jump in front of Hugo and start giving the camera the finger. They can't show that on television, can they? The camera immediately moves on. I guess all of this sweaty violence is fine, but a finger isn't. Thanks, I think. I sit down again, trying to ignore the dirty looks I'm getting from people who came here for wholesome content. So much for laying low, I guess. The match thankfully goes off without incident. Hugo and I eventually laugh off the kiss cam and get back to the wrestling. After the show ends, he convinces me to hang back and let the rest of the crowd exit so that we wouldn't risk running into Colin and his awful group of friends. It doesn't matter, they already saw you. Probably. By the time Hugo and I walk to his car, most of the wrestling fans have cleared out. The parking lot is surprisingly empty, save for a beat-up car parked a few spots down from us. We warily keep an eye out for any stray middle schoolers as we hang out by my car. Man, that was an experience.
Hey.
Right? It's one thing to watch it on TV, but just to be there in person is just... wow. Thank you again. I would have never gotten to experience this if it weren't for you. John Locke Cole, thank you very much for those explanations in chat. It's just me and Hugo in front of the car in an empty parking lot. I look down. Kind of funny about the kiss cam, huh? Yeah, it was super funny. But neither of us are smiling. We look into each other's eyes, and I can feel the warmth radiating from my cheeks. We stare at each other for just a little bit too long. Hey, cool shirt. I turn around to see a guy in a hoodie and basketball shorts walking up to us, a duffel bag slung over his shoulder. Cool. I haven't seen one of those in years.
What?
Oh my god. Yeah, I got it from a trade with this guy from streetsmarks.net. I love that website. Someone always posts these awesome, super detailed breakdowns of matches in the circuit. Have you seen those? The names like JJ something. JD Slaminger? Yeah, that's him. Those are my write-ups. You're JD Slaminger? You're kidding. Oh man, I'm such a huge fan of your work. It's so nice to meet you. The man vigorously shakes Hugo's hand.
Hey.
I'm honored. Ah man, I wish I could stay in chat. I have so many questions. But I'll PM you on the forums if you ever want to talk shop. Absolutely. The man starts walking away. Hugo coughs nervously to get his attention again. Is there any chance you could sign my shirt? The guy turns around and beams. Sure thing. Wait. It all finally clicks into place for me. You're the Eastern Dragon! I love your work! Thank you, man. The Eastern Dragon signs Hugo's shirt, waves goodbye, and walks to his car. I stand there with my mouth open the entire time. That was the Eastern Dragon!
Ah.
He likes my work. Dude, you're like friends with the Eastern Dragon now. He's gonna PM me. Hugo and I high five. He's so excited he's shaking. Mr. Vega? Oh man. Colin and his cronies just pop up out of nowhere. Oh no, here we go.
Sweet Manchego.
Sweet Manchego. Colin, nice to see you and your friends all the way out here. What are you doing here? I don't see a library anywhere near us. I was watching the Power Slam series with my friend. Ah! Mr. Vega likes wrestling? What a fart knocker. Actually, that's pretty cool. Shut up, dickwade. Nah, man. That's actually rad as hell. Who were you just talking to? Probably one of your stupid book nerd friends. Actually, he was talking to his good buddy, the Eastern Dragon. All of Colin's friends gasp. Guys, come on. He's lying. There's no way the Eastern Dragon would hang out with these losers.
Oh.
Oh, yeah? How did I get his autograph then? Colin's friends lose their minds, screaming their heads off. Colin is red with anger. See you in class, bitch.
You can't say that.
Who's gonna believe you? Oh. Oh man, I used to teach kids English. This is this is cathartic. This is super cathartic. Oh. Oh Lord. No one will ever believe you. Oh man. Hugo and I hop into the car to the tune of more children screaming. We laugh all the way home. Whew. Okay. We're gonna save it here. It is far past time for us to take a little bit of a break. All right, everybody. So break time. Take 5-10 minutes. Get up. Take a walk. Get some tea. I'm gonna freshen up my tea, and then we're gonna come back and we'll finish up Hugo's route, which is a thing that I learned is visual novel parlance, and I'm using it. Yay! I learned something. All right. So we will we'll be back in just a little bit. All right, 5 to 10 minutes, and we'll see you in a bit. All right. Bye. Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Ysbryd Games channel, where we are playing Dream Daddy. We had just finished up a wonderful date with Hugo, and we are finishing up his route right now. I hope everybody had a good break. I got some more hot water and things like that. We could definitely finish up Hugo's route tonight, and then I think we'll try and start somebody else before we wrap up. So, let's get back to it, shall we? We shall. Let's shall. Hugo and I descend the stairs of his home into his wrestling man cave, where we both crack a beer. Capital B, they got it from Valhalla. We're both winding down after an exciting evening. So, if you were a wrestler, what would your persona be? Almost every wrestling fan has their, like, wrestle-sona. Resona? Resona? I like Resona. I like Resona. What would your persona be? Hugo answers immediately. Yep.
Oh.
Good writing. J.D. Slaminger, my forum name. I gotta represent my literary roots. My costume would be a tweed coat, and my finishing move would be a catcher in the eye, where I poke my opponent's eyes out and call them a phony. Wow.
Oh.
I've given it a lot of thought. What about you? Moosefeld Cat says, I actually have given this a lot of thought, an embarrassingly amount of thought. Right? Mm-hmm. Yep. Absolutely. So the Ysbryd Games community may not know. I I was a ring announcer. I was lucky enough to be a ring announcer and kind of general manager of a indie wrestling federation out of Seattle for 2 shows, which were fantastic, called Project 42. And for that show specifically, I commissioned entrance music. If you look up, I believe it's Jacob Burgess, Bald Cypress. That's my entrance theme. That's the same theme that I use when I do appearances outside of Ysbryd at panels for Late Night Dub Fight and things like that. And if you're really good at the internet, you can find video. I've given it a lot of thought. What about you? I would be... Oh, Mario Bratali. Bomb Clancy. Bomb Clancy. Bomb Clancy. Someone else might say that that's so good, but not me. I would say that's most excellent. Really challenging yourself tonight, Jacob. I love Mario Bratali, though. I mean, Bomb Clancy, if you're Bomb Clancy, and yeah, no, alright, we gotta save it. Like, we gotta save it. Bomb Clancy be a tag team, you see. There's literary synergy there. Oh, and your combination move can be called the bookend. Man, that's good. Pazzy160 says Bomb Clancy is so good, you just do power bombs for days. A power bomb is a finishing move that is too difficult to explain. You'll just have to Google it. And Pazzy160 is correct. Bookend is already taken by Booker T's finishing move. That's right. The checkout? Checkout could work. I mean, the bookend really works because it's a double team move. Huh. I mean, the checkout's not bad. Late fees? I mean, late fees is good. There is a librarian wrestler. Sarah Sorende says, I like that Mario Bratali combines wrestling with our love for reality TV. That's a good point. Let's go with Mario Bratali. Mario Bratali. I come out in bright orange Crocs and my hair in a ponytail while I wield a slotted spoon. My finishing move is Don't Forget My Spaghetti, where I pin my opponent and force feed them my delicious homemade meatballs. I'm just now realizing that I don't know any actual wrestling moves. You know, I could teach you some. I smirk. I'm game. Hugo and I square up in the center of the room, ready to go at it. I'll go easy on you. On Mario Bratali? Absolutely not. And before I know it, I'm on the floor. Hugo wraps his legs around me and squeezes. I can't move.
Oh.
This is a figure 4 leg lock. If I were applying full force right now, you would be in extreme pain. He effortlessly twists around again and grabs my arm. Good lord, he's strong. Any movement on my end is useless. Sharkiana says, this was a good time to come in. You're correct. And this is an armbar. You're pretty good. You can tap out anytime you like. Not a chance. Hugo flips around one last time on top of me. He hooks his arm under my leg and presses his body down on my chest.
Oh.
And this is me pinning you. Our faces are inches apart right now. I can't tell if I'm breathing heavily because of the physical activity or because of something else. Oh, let's go for it. Let's save. To make sure it's okay. Yay, it's okay. I lean forward and kiss Hugo, who seems just as surprised as I am. I pull back a little embarrassed, but he kisses me again. He slowly releases his submission hold on me and cradles my face in his hands. He presses his forehead against mine, and we laugh. I guess we both win? Guess so. Back in for another kiss. Do you have any more moves to show me?
Ah.
I think I might have a few. Yeah. And then they banged. Cell phone holster, poker buddy, youth, mustache, smark, submission. Excellent. Good.
Looks like Paradise Lost just got found.
Ugh. Looks like Paradise Lost just got found. Rank S is for sex, because we sexed him. Sexed him. Pink Honey CMB says, "You done do the sex." That's correct. Okay, gotta act natural, be cool, Chris. Oh, there we go. Okay, we gotta fast forward this. Okay. La 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 la. Okay, it's everybody. Let's just fast forward to the Hugo parts. Oh, Quizmaster Quinn is here. Neat. Chris! Quizmaster! Hey, hey, who's ready for a crazy graduation party? You don't have to be on right now, Quinn. It's just a party. What do you mean? It's the, you know what? Keep that energy. Hold it close. You deserve it. Just like me and my loving wife deserve happiness, right? You know it. Krish. Brian, you made it. No. Bye, Craig. I miss you.
Ah.
I didn't realize that you two were... Wait, what?
Hmm?
What? Wait. Okay, I have to go back. What just happened there? Okay. I don't think I messed up. Yeah, Hugo was wearing his fan gear. Hold on. Huh. Okay. I don't know what just happened. Okay. All right, we're gonna... Okay. Huh. Huh. Yeah. Yep. Drazal says, and now for the part of the stream where Jacob checks a wiki. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I want Marissa Boy. Huh. Yeah, we did well on all of our dates. Pazzy160 says maybe the Wrestle Boy doesn't want you. He can have his own feelings. He absolutely can. 100%. But it'd be cool if it made sense. Huh. Let's see. Yeah, we did. We did all the things. Huh, I can't find anything real quick. Yeah. Quizmaster. Alright, let's just kind of... Huh. Okay, let's... Robert Merlot says carry it forward and see what happens. I think that's a good idea. I mean, because the art thing, huh.
Hey!
Huh. All right. Well, let's explore this. Yep, that's Mac. Yep. Good. Not bad. Don't let him bait you. Yep. Yep, that's great. There's Craig.
Nice.
That's Craig. And Craig. Okay, I miss you, Craig.
Oh.
I spot Hugo and Damien on the other side of the party. Hugo has his arm slung around Damien's waist. I think this is a bug. Wait, are they? Hey, guys. I think yeah, Sarah Sorrente just says, so maybe the game is confused, but will still give us Hugo's ending? That's what I'm hoping for. Hey, guys. How do you do, Chris?
Ah,
Hello. Remember me? We were just making out. I didn't realize that you two were... Oh, it's a recent thing. We had been friends for so long that it all eventually fell into place, I suppose.
hmm?
Fell into place? You had no idea I was interested until we kissed.
Ah.
Right, yes. Well, you guys make a cute couple. Why, thank you. It would seem that you found a fine coupling of your own. I guess word gets around. We're dating the same guy? Okay, I think this is a bug. We do all live in the same very small cul-de-sac, yes. Well, apparently we're all going to be living in your cul-de-sac, buddy. Well, thanks for coming.
Oh.
Well, thank you for having us, and our congratulations to your daughter. Yep, it looks like okay. There we go. Goodbye. Hey, Robert. Hey. Good. Yep. Okay, bye.
Oh.
Thanks for coming by. I turned to see Ernest, looking like he has something to say. Hey, Ernest. Thanks for being nice to my dad. Whoa. People are really mean to him sometimes. I mean, I guess I am too. But, he seems happy when you're around, so, that's cool. Well, geez, Ernest, I don't know what to say. You know, I think people got you pegged wrong. You got a soft side. If you tell anyone I told you that, I'm gonna set your trash can on fire. There it is. Also, you don't know me. Before I can respond, Ernest walks away, a cloud of vapor trailing behind him. Well, that was at least a little pleasant. Yep. Okay, killer party. There we go. Don't cry, don't cry, I'm crying. I'm a nerd. Love you, Pops. Okay, there we go. Okay. So, apparently, the shock of wrestling, letting out his wrestling side was so much that Hugo split into two people. So now there's Teacher Hugo, who is with Damien, and Wrestle Hugo, who's with me. That's how I think it happened, is that his atoms split into two, and that's what happened. I take a seat next to Hugo as the last guests make their way out of the party. Cool shirt.
Hey,
Thanks. It reminds me of a special night. So, the secret's out, huh? Hugo likes wrestling? You know, I was really nervous to come here dressed like this, but everybody in the neighborhood, they were nothing but accepting of me and my hobbies. It turns out that Craig's a huge fan, too. I knew it. I had instincts, because we went for Craig first. Captain Rasputin says, this is what Chris gets for messing with the timeline to date all the dads. That's true. And Colin told everyone at school that I'm into wrestling, but it actually backfired on him. The kids have a weird sort of respect for me now. A few of them even asked me to be the sponsor of their wrestling club. Not the Olympic wrestling. The wrestling that I like. I actually like both, but there's an important distinction, and I think you know which one I'm talking about. See, it just goes to show that there's nothing wrong with being open about what you like.
Hey.
I agree. And as long as I'm being open, I'm also a huge fan of a very handsome dads who throw great parties for their kid and love a good word jumble. I blush. And I'm a big fan of... Quick, think of something clever. Hugo's? This Hugo specifically. See? I knew it. They split into 2 Hugos. Proof. Right there. Half-Life 3 confirmed. Hugo laughs.
Yes.
He drapes an arm around my shoulders and pulls me closer. He plants a soft kiss on my forehead. I'm happy here. Me too. Hugo and I watch the sun dip below the horizon together. Hey, do you think maybe later you should show me some new wrestling moves?
Oh.
Chris, how about I show you my pump handle pile driver? Ooh, that's a tough one. I can't help but giggle. What's that?
Oh.
You'll see. Nice. Yay. Burp. Go faster. All of these people are great because they help make a great game. All of these people are good. Yeah. You're the best, Pops. You too, Amanda. In this or any timeline. That's excellent. That is very nice. That is very nice. That's so nice. I like that. Whew, boy. All right. Well, I think we have enough time to start another rooty route, but that was so good. Let's just take a moment to reflect on how good Hugo's route was. That was a good moment. All right, back to it. Oh, man. Okay. All right, so we have to pick another dad, and we're gonna continue because we have to go back to. Okay, that's Chris epilogue. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so a lot of folks are saying Robert. Yeah, Robert seems like the play. If we've only got one more to do, I think it's Robert. Oops. I gotta load, like, way back. That's Chris, epilogue, Damien date. Damien date, dad book. 7. Yeah, I think we can go back to here, right? Okay. So for those of you on YouTube, chat is going, bananas for Robert, so I think we're gonna do Robert. Yeah, I think this isn't early enough. Yep, Okay, cool. We're gonna go for Robert. Okay. All right. To Robert. Robert Small. When the internet gains sentience and decides to destroy us all, you know it'll use this information against us, right? On a Friday night, you are most likely to make a deal in an alleyway, have it go badly, who's the cop? Was it Giacomo? I trusted Giacomo. If you had one thing to Desert Island, what would it be? Gun. What are your turn-ons? Don't talk to me. What did you want to be when you grew up? A grifter? What's your favorite movie genre? Italian neorealism. What's your ideal date? Grave robbing. What do you never leave home without? At least 4 knives. I spend a lot of time thinking about, you ever really look into a rabid animal's eyes? Alright, we're going Robert. Medicine is not always the best medicine. Try to drive in a way where you never have to use your brakes. Robert was pretty nice. A little odd, but nice. And ruggedly handsome. We should hang out. I type out a message to him on Dadbook. Oh, weird. We're on our computer in our room. Hey, Robert, good seeing you again at the cookout. Want to grab a drink? I sit there for a couple of seconds, hoping he'll message me back. He's just going to show up to your house, isn't he? Hey, it says that he read my message. I anxiously wait for a response. Watch cat videos on the internet, obviously. Pazzy160 says he's gonna climb in the window, I'm sure of it. I start down a rabbit hole of cat videos, and Robert quickly vanishes from my mind. I didn't realize how long I've been doing this, but by the time I watch maybe my 30th cat video, Robert pops back into my head. Oh no. I jump back over to Dadbook to see if he's responded yet. Nothing. Well, I guess the guy's busy. I might as well make the best of my day. I get up, walk to the living room, then sit down and turn on the TV. I mean, History Channel. Durr. Ooh, Naked and Afraid. Catching the Deadliest Ancient Aliens is on. I'm so cold. I'm so scared. At this rate, I don't think we're gonna catch these aliens by day 50. I'm having trouble following. Ancient astronaut theorists predict that being naked makes you 10 times more likely to find ancient aliens. Some suggest that aliens are fascinated with the human physique, most notably the butt. Okay, I'm back in. I lose several hours to whatever the hell that was. Sighing, I get up and walk around the house. My stomach grumbles. Time for lunch. Well, I guess it's time for old Chef Kringle to cook a gourmet delicacy. I walk over to the refrigerator and open the door. Microwave some eggs. Make a Sammy. Yeah. Sammy for your hammies. Then because you hold them. Sammy for your hammy. It's a thing. The kids say it. Yeah. I make a sandwich in its entirety while standing there. Who needs plates? The Standwich. A lost art. The Standwich. Perfection. I admire my work for a second before I clumsily drop the entire thing on the floor. Home Alone. No one saw it. Does not count. No! I look around and remember that Amanda's not home. This is still good. 5-second rule, right? Right. Right, Chris. I reassemble my sandwich, peeling pickles off the floor and putting them back where they belong. In my mouth. Wait. I'm a wreck. I finish my snack and walk around the house some more, bored. Is Amanda coming home? Oh, I just remembered something. When we were packing up the old house, we found an old basketball hoop that would hang off of a door. It would really bring the living room together. I wonder where I put that. I spend a couple minutes poking around the new place until I find it. After installing it above one of the doors in the living room, I'm ready to dunk. Come on and slam. Yeah, that's right. Come on and slam. Space Jam. I take a leap from the free throw line and rocket that sucker down the net. The crowd goes wild. and welcome to the jam. I pull up from the three-point line, breaking ankles and sinking a fadeaway. And I forgot the rest of the words to this song. No look behind the back hook shot, everyone's on their feet. Something, something, Space Jam. One line, got it in one line. But then again, it's basketball and somebody says jam, so I shouldn't be too proud of myself. I managed to just barely defeat myself at Horace before Amanda comes home. Then we cook dinner together. We're proud of ourselves for not even coming close to burning down the house. Afterward, Amanda and I dig into a carton of ice cream over an episode of Chopped, Toddler Tournament.
What you have in front of you is a molecularly deconstructed sweet potato with a brown sugar demi-glaze with creme fraiche, of course.
This is literally a jar of baby food. The toddler immediately bursts into tears. Are we bad people for watching this? Yes. Just then, my computer dings. Huh, what's that? Oh, you probably just got a message. Amanda and I walk over to the computer and check Dad Book. It's a message from Robert. You up? YWD. Sorry, excuse me. WID. What does that mean? What you doing? What am I doing? You're just chilling. Just working on my motorcycle. I'm gonna go with I'm just chilling. I type back, just chilling. Amanda deletes G and hits send. Oh. Just chilly. Oh, okay, just chilling. It'll make you look cooler. A couple moments pass by. Another message pops up. Hey, that means he wants to hang out. Yeah, want to grab a drink? Obviously, like, duh. I know what that means, Amanda. Oh God, I am a dad. But it's kind of late, right? Come on, Pops, live a little. I am living. With ice cream and traumatized toddlers. Well, it's your life, but I think you would have a lot of fun tonight. You are trying to get to know the neighbors better, aren't you? Ugh, fine. I type back a message to Robert asking him for details, and he tells me to meet him at Jim and Kim's. Well, don't wait up for me. I never do. I throw on a nice jacket and run out the door. It's only a short walk to Jim and Kim's, and it's a beautiful night. Anytime I've ever gone out and it's been a beautiful night and somebody's like, do you want to grab a drink? I end up peeing on a church. Not specifically a church, just that it's just generally where I end up. Like, there's nothing against church. Okay, it happened to be one time. It wasn't specifically because it was a church. It just happened to be next to the bar. I'm going to shut up now. I walk into the bar and see the usual crowd of barflies drinking beer and watching sports. I spot Robert at the back of the bar and wave hi as I walk over. Hey man, how's it going? Hey buddy.
Hey.
Ahoy there, Skipper. Robert and Mary here? Uh-oh. I brought Mary along. Figure we needed a drinking buddy. Aw man, I was excited to get to know Robert a little better. Now I have to deal with this weird Mary lady making passes at me.
Give it a rest.
Don't look so scared, kiddo. We're just having a drink.
Hey.
Yeah, speaking of which, I think it's time for the first round. What are you having? I mean, do we go with what we would want? Or do we go with what we think's going to impress him? And I hope we get to learn about that tattoo that we see creeping in under his left hand there. I mean, Robert does like whiskey. Yeah, alright, whiskey, straight up. A dad after my own heart, huh? Alright. Robert orders 3 shots of whiskey and passes them between us. Well, this wasn't how I expected my night to be going.
Ah.
Sharkiana says, I love wine, Mom, because wine. Here's to many bad decisions and relaxed moral values, fellas. What have I gotten myself into? We all knock back the shocks. I almost choke on the whiskey as it burns down my throat. Holy hell, that was a kick. I look over to Robert and Mary, who seem like old pros at this. Robert grabs his jacket and throws it on.
Huh.
Let's get marching. What?
Oh,
The night's young, Chief. Come on, we're bar hopping. Oh, man. Oh, alright. We leave the bar and start walking down the street. I don't like how with the choices Robert makes, how is he cut so nicely? We leave the bar and start walking down the street. I still don't know this area of town very well, so I just follow Robert. So where are we headed?
hey.
Oh, Irish I were drinking. It's an Irish pub. Ah, so nice. A good pun is the whiskey to my heart. Ugh. Puns are the lowest form of humor, Chris. Try harder. Psh, lady? Man, ouch. Am I gonna be the butt of the joke all night? Jesus, Mary, put your fangs away for a second. Alright, Robert. Way to go. Yep, that is an Irish pub, alright. Woo! We walk into Irish I Were Drinking. The bar is pretty much the same as Jim and Kim's, except for the old-timey Irish memorabilia on the wall. Next round, what are you having? Do they make fruity Irish cocktails? Whiskey hasn't filled me yet. Let's do it. Robert orders 3 more glasses of whiskey, and we post up in a garish green booth. Mary slides in and settles up next to Robert, which makes me breathe a sigh of relief. Let's sip this one, why don't we?
Hey.
Suit yourself. Mary immediately downs her shot in one gulp and burps loudly.
Hey.
That'll put hair on your chest. You are truly the paragon of grace and beauty.
Ah.
Mary grabs my drink and sips on it.
Ah.
Hey!
Ah.
Chris, be a dear and get us another round, would you? I don't know how to process this evening at all. I get up and order another round of drinks from the bartender. As I head back, I see Mary and Robert having a lively conversation. Robert roars with laughter. I don't think I've ever seen the guy smile, let alone laugh. I take a seat across the booth from them and pass out the drinks.
Hey.
So Edith's kid snuck some pot brownies onto the table at the last bake sale, right? And I spot that little hemp sweat-shirted gremlin in the act. So I go up to Edith with the baggie and I'm about to tell her when all of a sudden she just freaks out at me. You're ruining the bake sale, she says. I should have been PTA president. Your roots are bad and blah, 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 blah. So what'd you do? I told her to have a brownie and that everything was going to be fine. They both erupt in laughter. I politely follow along with the story.
Hey.
She ate 3. More laughter. Okay, that was actually pretty funny.
Hey.
She called the cops and told them that time had stopped. Alright, now that's really funny. Oh, boy. Ah, that's nice. Mary looks directly at me. Do you smoke weed? What? You know, the devil's lettuce. I
Hey.
have 2 big fat blunts in my purse right now. Want a blaze? Oh, boy. Huh. Okay. I'm gonna ask if she's with the feds. You with the feds? I worked hard for what I have, and no 2-bit corner boy is gonna drop the dime on me. So you take what you're pushing somewhere else, and I'll keep running my business the way I want it run. What? Remember, you come at the king, you best not miss. Jesus, kid, dial it back. Robert giggles helplessly. Yes. I'm just kidding, cowboy. Lay off the kid, Mary. He might not be used to your brand of humor. Oh, fine, fine.
Hey.
We sit around and sip our drinks, people watching and cracking jokes. After a little bit of time, I begin to warm up to Mary. Her jokes become much funnier and much less scary. But it seems like she's not going anywhere anytime soon. I just wanted some alone time with Robert. I wonder if I can get her to leave somehow. Boy. Can you get the next round, I'm going to say? I'm going to say that seems like the less... Isn't Joseph wondering where you are seems kind of poopy and, quite frankly, sexist. Lots of eligible bachelors around here, huh? Implies that she's then automatically cheating on Joseph. So I'm going to go with could you get the next round? Yeah. Moosefeld Cat says only one of these isn't shaming her in some way. Yes, that's a way more succinct way of saying the thing that I was saying. Well done. I'm Wordy McWord Boy.
You trying to ditch me, pal?
No.
If you're trying to ditch me, you can just tell me to scram. No, it's fine. Chris wants alone time with his new best buddy, Robert. Read you loud and clear. The wingman breaks formation to pursue their prey.
Ah.
Now, if you fellas will excuse me, Mary needs to sink her teeth into a helpless boy.
Go with God. Nice seeing you.
Ugh.
Deuces, nerds. Alright, I like her. Mary gets up and saunters over to a younger-looking guy at the bar.
Hey.
She grows on you. Does she, though? I feel like she kind of delights in making men suffer. Well, she does. But what about her and Joseph? What about him? You know, they're married, and she definitely tried to get in my pants the other night, and... I gesture to her across the bar where she's making Google eyes at that young guy from before. He looks like he's being held hostage. Oh, that's just a thing she does. She's harmless. Tell that to the boy she's hanging off of. Poor kid looks like he's seen war. Poor kid. Robert lets out a hearty laugh. Hey, I got him to laugh. Ah, man, you know I pegged you for one of those straight-laced types. Oh, don't worry. I got pretty wild back in my day. Still got a little wild in you? What a good line. Ooh. Oh, boy. That's, yeah, that's a good line. That's a real good line. I have a child I need to care for. Let's see. You know it. Yeah. Robert orders a couple more rounds of shots. I gulp. What am I getting myself into? Oh boy. You are getting yourself into a lot. Thinking you can go for shot? No. Definitely not. There's only one way to look cool here. I grab the shot closest to me and down it. Impressed. He takes his shot and knocks it back. That's one. So... what do I even talk about? He's so cool. And he probably hates small talk. So how are... things? I hate small talk. Okay. Too many people, and this isn't necessarily you, but too many people think that they have to fill the dead air with noise. Personally, I think they're afraid of the silence, or they're afraid of what the other person is going to think of the silence. If you want some unsolicited advice, just learn to be comfortable with silence. Nothing wrong with two people sitting in silence and drinking whiskey. Really growing on me, Robert. Really growing on me. Boy, there's just really something to love about each of these guys. Robert and I sit in silence and drink whiskey. I take in the rest of the bar. Patrons laughing, playing darts, spilling beer. Mary giving the hard sell to that young man. The young man pretending he's got a phone call from one of his friends. Huh. Maybe silence is nice sometimes. So, you ever kill a man? Ah! I choke on my drink. Excuse me? You know, watch the life drain from someone's eyes. It's not just their life, you know. It's their hopes and dreams draining away. Every memory and experience they've ever had. Gone. I'll miss you, Fernando. No. Hey. Great, me neither. I have absolutely done this to strangers at a bar. I have 110% just insinuated myself into a group and have done things like this. And then just paid for everybody's drinks and left. In my younger days, not recently, that's not actually like a cool thing to do, but I can admit that I have done this. Robert knocks back his shot and motions for me to do the same. I reciprocate. I'm just messing with you, relax. I laugh nervously. Or am I? I laugh nervously again. We sip more whiskey and people watch some more. Mary has her sights set on another man after the other one excused herself to the bathroom and, I assume, crawled out of the window. Gosh, this whiskey's hitting me hard. Gosh, this whiskey's hitting me hard. You betcha. Robert gets up out of the booth, shouldering his jacket. Let's roll! Sorry, whiskey. Inside voices. Let's roll. Oh, wait, what about Mary? There's something about her. Brother, Mary is going to be just fine. I look over at Mary, who's lying on the bar in front of some poor sap. She's singing happy birthday to him while he insists that it's not his birthday. We make our way out of the bar and back onto the street. I'm trying my hardest not to stumble, but man, that sidewalk is just coming right at me. I hope Robert doesn't notice me tripping over my own feet like this is the first time I've ever been drunk. Where to? You'll see. I follow Robert through street lamp spotlights until we eventually arrive at a rundown strip mall. There's a beauty salon, a sex shop, a computer repair store that looks like it's been closed for 10 years, and finally, a liquor store. Oh, we're just gonna, like, brown bag it, aren't we? Oh, we're gonna walk around and brown bag it. Not a bad date, I gotta say. Wait here, I'll be right back. After a minute, Robert returns with 2 wine bottles and brown paper bags. He hands one to me. Cheers. Oh, God, wine over whiskey? Wine over whiskey, though. Ooh, wine over whiskey. Like, my general rule is, like, I pick a thing, I stick to the thing. If I'm having cocktails, no more than 3. If I'm having, like, shots, just pick one type of booze and stick to it. That seems to be the safest way to go. If you're going to make bad choices, try to make good bad choices. He sits on the curb and drinks. He motions for me to do the same. This is really not where I expected the night to go. I take a sip. White Zinfandel? What? Nothing, I just wasn't expecting... It is delicious, fruity, and refreshing. Don't judge me. I start to say something, think of his lecture about valuing silence earlier, and stop. I sip on my wine and watch cars drive by. Let's throw rocks at shit. Jesus, Robert. What? Robert suddenly hurls a rock at a stop sign. The ding echoes throughout the empty parking lot. That felt good. He presses a stone into my free hand. Now you try. I don't know. With feeling. I look at the rock in my hand and look at the stop sign. Back at the rock, back at the stop sign. I know what has to be done. This one's for you, Pappy. Alright. Oh, I like that, like, the best choice for this guy is just to be snarky and irreverent. It's cool. I have unresolved resentment toward my father, and I'm going to express it through property damage. I hurl the rock at the sign. It sails over the stop sign, right into the window of a parked car, leaving a crack. Dude, run! I leap up and dart into the nearest alley, wine in hand. I can hear Robert's footsteps behind me. Ooh, nice alley. Ooh. Ah, that's some quality allage. That's a good side street. Looks like one of the alleys in Bloodlines. Then again, a lot of alleys look the same. Because it also looks like an alley from the Underground Tour when I was in Seattle. Yeah, that's a good alley. Robert Merlot says, you can smell this alley. It's true. You can. After I'm sure I'm far enough away from the cracked window that I am no longer culpable for this heinous crime, I stop to catch my breath. Maybe we strike rock throwing from the to-do list. Agreed. Suddenly my stomach growls. Oh man, I am starving. Oh, drunk food. Let's get pizza. Yes. 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 I have had nights like this and they're fantastic. That lady in plaid says, I need to catch up on this stream, but you're live now, so I'm here. We're very happy you're here, that lady in plaid. I can't argue with that. What's good around here? Actually, I don't even care if it's good. It just needs to be edible and in my mouth in the next 5 minutes. I know just the place. I follow Robert through a maze of alleys and side streets until we eventually end up in front of a tiny hole-in-the-wall pizza joint. The bright red neon sign reads, Pete's Piece of Pizza. I got that on the first try, I would like it noted. Ta-da! I can see a few exhausted-looking workers behind the counter tossing dough and pulling piping hot pizzas right out of stone ovens. My stomach rumbles again. We go up to the counter and get ready to order. Can I get 2 slices of Hawaiian pizza? Oh wait, Chris, you're cool with pineapple on your pizza, right? Of course. Oh, is he screwing with us? Ah. We wait a minute for our pizza to come out of the oven. I'm practically drooling at the smell. The cashier hands us each a giant slice on a paper plate so saturated with grease that I'm worried it'll fall apart. Oh, I'm getting nostalgic for New York. We take our pizzas outside and wander through the alleyways as we eat. I take a bite. It's absolutely delicious. Pineapple is truly the best pizza topping. You said it. I think Robert really likes pineapple on his pizza just because a lot of people go frickin' apeshit about it. Man, I feel way better now. You and me both. We hear noise coming out of a slightly ajar door in the alley. Robert looks at me excitedly. Got any more of that wild in you? You betcha. Good on ya. Robert and I slide the door open and peek inside. It's completely dark except for some flickering light. We slowly creep forward, cautious not to be heard or seen. Shh. Don't shush me so loud. Shh. We come to the end of the hallway to find ourselves standing in front of a movie screen. Oh, this suddenly makes sense. Did we really just sneak into a movie theater like a couple of teenagers? No talking during the movie. We look into the audience and are surprised to find that it's almost completely empty, save for a row of a few teenagers in the front. They look annoyed when they notice us. Robert starts making his way to the very back of the theater and I follow him. We settle in with our wines and try to make sense of this movie. It's a romantic comedy, I think. A young man is frantically trying to get through New York to find the woman that he's finally realized he's in love with. Kiss already! There's nobody to kiss yet. You wanted to kiss the taxi driver? Hell yeah. Oh. So wonderful. So lovely. So magnifique. The kids down the way notice us heckling. One of them speaks up. Hey man, keep it down. Oh, damn, that's Ernest Hemingway, Hugo's kid. Ernest, hey Ernest, I know you. It's me, your neighbor. Hi. Ernest turns back around, embarrassed. LBX Annie. Oh, my cat's in her bed near the TV, and Jacob's first woke her up, and she was watching the text move on the screen for a minute before going back to sleep. Oh, I'm so sorry. Ugh. I turn back to Robert. He kiss anyone yet? It turns out that yes, he did kiss someone. He made his way out to a tiny island near New York to profess his love for a woman who for some reason he knew would be there. She tells him that they hit the jackpot. He said that they had, but I think that there was some subtext I'm missing here? Boo! Love is dead. Shut up, it's beautiful. No, you shut up. Ernest grumbles. The credits start to roll. I stand up. Robert immediately pulls me back down. Hundreds of people worked very hard to make this film happen, and you're gonna sit here and appreciate them. Robert, man, I didn't think I'd like you. You kind of a freaking tool. But like a 3/18 wrench. Like a useless tool. But well done. Okay. Look at that. Elizabeth Shelton. She worked really hard. I bet she did lots of good wardrobe design. Thank you, Elizabeth Sheldon, for this beautiful film-going experience. And Peter Anders, catering, fed a bunch of people so that they could have the energy to do their jobs. What a guy. We let the credits roll while Robert individually thanks every member of the crew. Once it's finally over and he makes sure no animals were farmed in the making of this film, we leave the movie theater. Amazing. We stumbled into the theater parking lot, polishing off the rest of our wine. Hey, assholes. Out of nowhere, a rock flies through the air and hits me in the knee. My knee? What the hell? Ernest and his friends stand in the alleyway blocking our exit. Oh, what do you guys want? Why'd you go and throw a rock at my knee? This is my good knee. My orthopedist is going to be so pissed. Ernest tosses another rock up and down in his hands. What's wrong with this kid? You ruined my theater-going experience. Now you have to pay. Oh, well, I don't have any cash on me right now, and, like, movies got really expensive. Ernest hucks another rock at my other knee. I'm able to jump out of the way, but I didn't properly stretch before physical activity, and I'm probably going to feel super sore in the morning. We ruined it for you? That movie was pretty crappy in the first place. Hey, you take that back. That was a beautiful love story with really genuine acting. You called that good acting? What classist mainstream slop have you been served your entire life? What? Have you ever even seen any Michael Powell? A Matter of Life and Death, 1946? Easily the toughest 5 minutes of love you'll ever witness. Listen, man. No, you listen. That popcorn-ass drivel the mass media is shoving down your throat will only make you dumber and sadder. You, of all people, should strive for a higher standard in the art you consume. Your name is Ernest Hemingway, for Christ's sakes. Oh no, now you've done it! Ernest rushes Robert, screaming like a banshee. Yeah! That's I don't want to bother anybody. I dive between Ernest and Robert, trying to stop the kid. He lunges forward, kicking me as hard as he can in the knee. Fuck my knee! Robert gets in between Ernest and myself as if he's seeing red. Ooh, that's not a good look. Fuck, my fucking knee hurts. Alright, buddy, talk like a punk, get hit like a punk. Robert squares up into a boxer's stance. Queensborough rules. 3-minute rounds with 1-minute rests in between. No low blows, fish hooks, J grabs, or high blows. What? And don't even think about pulling an illegal turnstile. That's an automatic deduction of 3 points. You'll have to designate a second if you're unable to fulfill your role as main duelist. One of your friends over there looks like he has enough youthful vivacity to handle it. Nice. Those are actually the Queensberry rules. That's amazing. Hey man, I don't want to get dragged into this. That movie sucked. It's too late. You two are bloodbound. If he dies, you die. Oh man. All right, Robert. Oh, you beautiful creature. Sorry, I don't make the rules. Talk to Queensbury. We're just gonna go? Ernest and his friends warily back away. Robert calls after them. The Queensbury Association will hear about this. And consume better content. Once the teens are safely out of earshot, Robert turns to me. Were you about to actually fight that kid? Are you kidding me? I would never hit a child. That would be despicable. You throw the rules at them, though. They always bolt. Nobody wants a Queensberry-sanctioned throwdown. But full disclosure, I made half of that up. Wow. Wait. I don't know if he did, though. I'm gonna have to look that up later. A lot of that seemed legitimate from what I remember. But I haven't studied the Queensberry rules in quite some time. This was like 18 years ago during like college education. Contingent Cat says, I imagine it's close but not quite accurate. Probably. Probably. I can't say with authority. I'm like, those are the Queensberry rules. But a lot of those, like, because I read them a long time ago and like studied them for stage combat theater degree nerdery. Yeah, I'm gonna look that up later. Yay, I've got wiki diving to do. See, you don't even have to know the rules. You just make them up. Come on, let's get out of here. Comeback323 says, wow, you look very young for your age. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm 39. Robert and I cool down a bit as we walk back to the neighborhood. I'm so sorry. I get really into the art of filmmaking when I drink. It's okay. I think it's cool how much you like movies. To be honest, I didn't know a lot about them myself. I don't know a lot about them myself. Buddy, I got so much to show you. You ever see any Sam Fuller? I haven't. Fuller is cash. I'm gonna go with thanks for the adventure. I think I've got a beat on this guy. Adventure's all I got, buddy. Can I get it better? Thanks for defending my honor. Yep. Got it. Alright. It's a little strange when you say it that way, but sure, why not? Robert throws an arm around my shoulder and we drunkenly belt out tunes all the way back. We finally get to his doorstep. This was an interesting night. I liked it. A smile forms in his cheeks. A rare sight. Let's hang again soon, yeah? Yeah. I linger there for a second, swaying drunkenly in the night breeze. Robert claps me on the shoulder. Night, bud. Robert heads back inside, and I stumble my way back home. Day complete. Alright. Okay. Alright. Alright. Okay.
Uh-oh, where'd my pants go?
Yeah. Knife Dad.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Thank you. Thank you for me got dads. Yeah. Yeah, that was good. That was excellent. Alright. I think that is a good wrapping up point. So, I think that's where we're going to wrap up for this evening. We thank you very much for joining us, first of all. Thank you for anybody that clicked. I hope I didn't miss any bits or subs or anything. He said very quickly, scrolling through the... Okay, cool. Okay, excellent. Yes, I didn't miss anything. Good hosting. Anyway, thank you very, very much for being here on the Ysbryd Games channel. Just a reminder, we will be at PAX West. We'll be showing 2 new games that will be out in 2020. Nirvana, which is the sequel to Valhalla, and World of Horror. This was an absolutely fantastic time. I only have 1 on the So Good counter. That doesn't count. That's an explanation. For this evening, we will be back next Tuesday for more Valhalla, which again is this game right here. And if you like Valhalla or are interested in Valhalla, there is a crossover event going on right now with Wherein, which is a neat mobile game, strategy mobile game. Let's see, what else? Yes, if you want to know what's happening, one of the best places to do that, if you want like sweet Ysbryd news and just to hang out with cool people, we really have a wonderful, vibrant, very active community. It would be cool if you would be a part of it. We've got a Discord. I mean, you are a part of it. You're watching this. I dub you part of it. You are now a Ysbrydian. Congratulations. You've upgraded? I don't know. Anyway, join the Discord. It's very, very cool. We've got a YouTube channel if you want to catch up with any of the VODs, watch any of the trailers for any of the games that we publish. We are always open to feedback. We're looking for artists and suggestions for what you kind of feel might be some neat art and things like that for, you know, all sorts of emotes and such. Yeah, anyway, so we're going to be at PAX. We'll be on the 4th floor. We're going to have new merch. We're going to have a couple of special guests. The developer for World of Horror will be there, Pavel. I'll be there. I have a couple of panels that I'm going to be on as well with some friends of mine outside of Ysbryd. So if you're there, come by and say hi. And we're going to be organizing on Discord a kind of community meetup picture thing, which is something that we try to do at every convention. And when I say every convention, I mean we've done it once, and we're going to try to keep doing it because I'm the community manager and I like it and it's fun. And I want to meet you if you're going to be there. And if not, we're going to grab both the demos that we're going to have at the convention. We're going to bring them here, and we're all going to play them together if you can't go to the show, because FOMO's a son of a bitch, and we'll do what we can to include as many people as possible. All right. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful night, and we will see you in the Discord and on Tuesday. Good night, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us for another rousing episode of Dream Daddy. Good night. See you Tuesday. Okay, bye.